Hello, my favorite people. You really are my favorite people. When I say that, I mean it. hmm hmm Even when head coach needs a break, kind of like yesterday afternoon, you still are my favorite people. Um, hey, Jennifer. Hello, other Jennifer. Hello, Sherry. Hey, guys. All right, happy Friday. And I'm going to apologize now if you hear my dogs barking because we obviously came outside and, so are the squirrels. Oh, to be a dog. All right. So this has been so crazy. A couple of things. I always feel like with my own journey, which is never over. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Amy. Thank you. It's a little greasy today. You can tell. I always feel, hey, Jackie, I'm going to talk a little bit about hormones. I always feel like whenever I have a very interesting path in my own weight loss journey, my attitude is always like, all right, Lord, you're having me go through this because then I'll be able to coach clients better. That's always my attitude. And maybe that's why I don't get frustrated. It just is what it is, but I always learn so much. So if you're a woman over 40, as I titled this live video, your body is super messy. So we've covered this before, but it's been such a weird morning. I've gotten nothing done other than answering client messages, which is totally fine. I enjoy that. But it's been almost as if I could copy and paste the same message to about 6 people, 6 of you this morning. And it's the same message. And we've talked about this before, about whether you are close to menopause or not. Starting in your mid-40s, your body, ladies, gets super messy, super messy. I've never had a doctor say this to me, but the way I like to word it is, you know how, especially with boys, when they hit puberty, their body just is super messy. Probably a little bit for some girls when they hit puberty, but I've seen it more happen with my sons when they hit puberty than I did with my daughter. It's almost like the reverse happens. So as we've talked about, in order to start that next phase of life, menopause, in your mid-40s, your hormones, and this is a typical age for it. Of course, there's some of you that could hit this season in your late 30s, but in your mid-40s, yeah, Sherry, your body and mine was in revolt for about a good year. But here's the big message here. Your hormones start to shift. Say that 10 times fast. Your hormones start to shift very, very oddly, rapidly in your mid-40s. And so, as I've shared before, and I don't want this to be, again, sharing about my story, but I have to hit on this point, that even though I am nowhere close to menopause, my hormones have been a whack-a-do. And there are some of you that probably don't even realize this is affecting you. So let's talk about this. In your mid-40s, as I've mentioned before, your estrogen, your progesterone, and your testosterone can go awry. And unless you are super, super, super pushy with your doctor, you'll probably get nowhere. If you have had good weight loss with this program and then suddenly it's stalled and there's nothing wrong with your thyroid, and by the way, when you do get a thyroid test, you should have the T3, the T4, and the reverse T3 all done. All done, all right? But also, I would encourage you to be a pest with your doctor and say, look, I want this thyroid panel done. I want a metabolic panel done. I'd like a fasting insulin test done, and I'd like my hormones tested. We realized my hormones were completely out of whack, and I made the personal choice. This is a very personal choice to have my doctor prescribe me a cream. It is a combination progesterone and testosterone cream. At the same time, I went on a stronger version of DIM, which I've mentioned to a number of you, called Estrofactor. Now, the unfortunate piece about Estrofactor, while it's a supplement, is it is a pharmaceutical grade supplement. So if you look on Amazon for Estrofactor, you're going to find a 30-day supply, or maybe, 30-day supply is like several hundreds of dollars. So don't be thinking that you can get Estrofactor on Amazon. You can't. I have tried to figure out where I could find it for you guys as clients. So I want to talk about this next phase. Your gyno should be your best friend, no matter if you're having babies or not. But there are some gynos who just kind of stay in their lane. And so let me encourage you, if you don't feel like you're getting the service you need from your gyno, specific with these tests, and if you feel brushed off by your doctor, including your gyno, I really want you to then start looking in your area for a different type of doctor. And again, this is my personal choice because I believe very much in Western and Eastern medicine. If I have to take a pill, yes, a prescription pill, I would. But if I can get down to the core issue, and we know that prescription pills aren't getting to the core issue, it's like a Band-Aid. But if you can get down to the core issue with a supplement, even better. So for me, I have a combo doctor who is, she calls herself an integrative medicine doctor, and within her practice, she does Eastern and Western medicine. She has a doctor of chiropractic in there who is probably on the East Coast one of the most renowned integrative doctors, naturopathic doctors. So I not only see my primary care, but this other doctor as well. Here's my point. If you need, you should really, if all you feel is like you're getting lip service from your gyno, you should be looking in your area. It's a simple Google search. For example, a lot of you are in Pittsburgh. You could put Pittsburgh integrative medicine doctor, and it will probably come up with a list. Now, some of this treatment is not covered by insurance. Clearly, my choice to go on a testosterone cream that was covered, but some of the supplements obviously are not covered. But my point is this: if you are in your middle 40s or older, your hormones are, and if you don't have a sense of like your estrogen is robbing yourself of progesterone or testosterone, or maybe your estrogen is too high and it's converting into another hormone, all these things are possible, but most doctors don't want to talk about it. They just kind of want to brush you off. They want to say, hey, you're in menopause. You're going to be carrying your weight in your midsection. Get used to it. No, you guys don't have to get used to it. And if you are solidly on plan and you've stalled, or even if you're solidly on plan, but you're feeling off, more anxious, more blue, more depressed, more ragey. Yeah, more ragey. If you're feeling more ragey, like, then that means your testosterone's too high. And let me also tell you that just by taking a progesterone testosterone cream, it doesn't mean you're going to look like a dude. It's not the case. We all have, as women, we all have these, and you're not going to look like a dude, and you're not going to have abnormal hair growth, and you're not going to, like, your jaw isn't going to change, and your voice isn't going to drop unless you decide to shoot up with testosterone. Yeah. So Amy is asking, appropriate to work with a gyno for these tests or another specialty? Yeah, I would say start with your gyno. I know that if I still lived in Virginia Beach, my gyno there, even though he was an older gentleman, was a very progressive, forward-thinking gynecologist. But if you guys are dealing with this and you're like, why? Like, why is this so frustrating? Then you have to look beyond the food plan, if you're 100% on the food plan, and start talking about these hormone issues that you have. And my frustration is that a lot of you, I feel, are being brushed off by your doctor. I do really feel that way. And look, again, I guess it was totally my personal choice to go on to this cream, and I can tell you that it has made a difference. But it's the whole wellness program that I'm on beyond my food plan because of the illnesses that I had in the last year. But I want to encourage you today, there can be a marked difference. If you're on plan and you're still feeling off, you got to really think, what's next? And the questions I always ask are about your thyroid and your hormones, especially if you're in your mid-40s. Anne is saying, I take testosterone prescribed by my integrative doc. That's awesome. Made a big difference in my energy level as my testosterone was extremely low. Amen. Exactly. Like, guys, we don't have to go into our mid-40s, 50s, or 60s or beyond feeling like crap. And you don't have to take this BS, I almost said a bad word, BS answer that, oh, it's just part of life and you're going to feel this way. No, 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 no. Amy, then I definitely would Google in your area for an integrative doc. Absolutely. Also, if you guys are thinking about this and you do go on to like a cream or something, the finding the right RX for that, the right prescription value for that is pretty tricky. So if you've been given a cream or you're thinking about a cream to go on, then make sure there is a follow-up about 6 or 8 weeks after your first prescription, because obviously it's very bioavailable. You're putting it on a part of your skin that's very lean already. And there needs to be some testing to know if you're responding well or if the prescription is a little wonky. I understand you guys who personally are like, there's no way in hell that I would ever go on a hormonal support. I understand that. Again, this is a very personal choice. I also just want to remind you that a lot of things have changed since the scariness of hormone replacement occurred, I feel, about 12 or 15 years ago. So again, it's a very personal choice. You have to be open to it. There's a risk with everything, right? So I just really want you to think, gosh, if I'm doing the plan 100%, but I'm still not feeling right, and I'm still frustrated with my results, and I'm not seeing this go away, this meaning generally your core, there could be an underlying hormone issue, and we need to discuss it. I wanted to bring it up today because I feel like I've been living Groundhog Day this morning. A bunch of you are having the same issue right now. So you're in good company. Heck, and I'm there with you. All right, you guys, have a great Friday afternoon.